I'll get you.
There's a baby dead up on the road. I've got this baby in front of me. Everything was that moment.
She's going to go under, and if she goes under and disappears into that deep hole, it's like you find her or she's gone. This young girl waded straight into a raging current, probably got around 30 seconds tops to get to her before she'll start to go under. You go strip down, get the board, get in the water, hope you don't get slowed up by waves coming in, and then sprint to the patient.
I'll get you.
Okay, stay here with me.
Thank you.
I think I used close to all the 30 seconds to get to her. Yeah, she was definitely at a point, a serious point by the time I made contact with her.
Right?
Okay, I'll take you in safely, okay?
Every time one of the boys does a rescue of a kid, it's a big deal.
All right.
So much.
My daughter nearly drowned then.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to go to the red and yellow flags.
Yeah.
Especially with young kids like that, because I lost my son. I know that feeling. Sorry, guys. My boy was trapped in the birth canal and had complications which cut the oxygen off for 10 minutes, but the result was a week later that he died. Whenever I do a rescue of a young child, that comes to the surface. If she'd lost that beautiful little girl, she'd know what I'm talking about, you know?
I was feeling my brother, then I recognized it was Thursday because I was away.
Oh my god, never follow me, okay? Jesse, never follow me in seas. I might get into danger. And you're smaller and weaker swimmer than me, so you can always follow me.
Okay.
We have a new lifeguard on today. His name's John, and he's from Cabramatta.
Lifeguard Terry. Lifeguard Deano. Lifeguard Kerbox.
He's got Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism, and all the boys are really excited to have him here in Australia Day. How are you, mate? John turned up, I think it was last autumn sometime, and then, he just seemed to turn up every weekend, and yeah, we love him.
Bondi Lifeguard shirt.
And on the back?
Lifeguard.
Right on. So John's dream is to be a lifeguard and a Bondi lifeguard hat. And today, we're hoping that comes true.
Yeah.
Officially, honorary lifeguard for the day.
Yes, thanks, Lifeguard Terry.
Australia Day was the perfect day to bring Johnny down because we know it's going to be a busy day.
Yeah, most 17-year-olds are chasing a bit of action. You might find that down here with us. You never know.
You are so hot. I'm kind of very hot.
Kind of very hot.
So yeah, I don't know how she took it. It was an awkward moment.
We'd love to stay and talk for hours and hours and hours. But we've got to keep moving. We've got a very important job to do. So thank you, girls.
Lifeguard Whippet. Well, make sure when I'm out there on the jet ski, make sure there are no sharks around.
Give him a ring. The most excited I was for John to come down was to get him on the jet ski.
If the ski comes on shore, just got to be really careful of it because it's very heavy.
And I know he's scared of the water.
All right, go for it. Go.
Today it was going to be hundreds of metres out on the back of the jet ski, and you could see the nerves, but also the excitement. And at the end of the day, he had a ball out there.
What else do you want to do? Do you want to go really fast?
Just go out there.
I gotta say, he's a lovely guy and everything, but he was very distracted.
Black and white bikini girl. Wayne, what's your name again? Clarissa. Do you have a boyfriend?
What a good way and a good thrill to give a young kid on Australia Day.
It was so fun going on the lifeguard jet ski with Lifeguard Tom. Now I'm going to go them back to the lifeguard tower to rest and have a break.
To be a father and look up at him and to see water coming out of his eyes. You know, a dad to a dad, you just want to give it your all.
Please, get out of the water. Thank you.
It's time to knock off, but the beach is still swarming.
It's an extremely busy day on the beach and we can't leave. We're just trying to pack up, we're trying to do PA announcements, we're still trying to watch the water. And then I get this call across the railing, a guy screams out and says, "Harries, there's a baby dead up on the road."
Hey boys, can someone back me up? There's a baby currently not breathing over here in the car park. Where?
It's New Year's Day, we've given it absolute off, and that fatigue level is quite high. And you've got to be calm when someone calls out like that. And you've got to lift for the occasion.
I'm heading up behind the kids' playground, just like on those bird clubs. I'm reporting as soon as you get in, just run up the line outside. Oh, beauty and that will go. Hey, hey, hey! Move. Yeah, Harry's right away.
Harries has grabbed a defibrillator and oxygen kit.
When I'm running up, the guy says the baby's just been laying there for a fair while. So, you know, I'm just trying to stay calm at this stage. I'm just trying to take deep breaths. If it is a baby, this is the most important thing ever. Survival of life for a child surpasses anything I've ever done in my career.
Harrison backs up.
You know it's serious because there's bystanders in the park just pointing that way, that way.
Where are we going?
You know, you're preparing for the worst.
And all of a sudden, I see this baby just on the road. The baby showed no signs of life. It was not breathing.
The baby has reportedly fallen on its head from a height, but it's unclear how. The patient is an 8-week-old boy.
At this stage, the baby is clinically dead.
His father can only watch on.
The father was literally on top of me, and to be a father and look up at him and to see water coming out of his eyes. You know, a dad to a dad, you just want to give it your all.
The baby's mother is unable to watch. Resuscitating a tiny baby presents major challenges.
We go to pull the defib out and I see a baby that is so small that it stops me instantly.
Lifeguards must urgently administer manual CPR.
I did have an obstacle that there was a head trauma and a hip trauma that I just had to get breaths into that baby. Generally, I would have picked the baby up and gone for it.
Lifeguards decide to ventilate the baby with a bag mask and oxygen.
Harries was in there to quickly adapt our oxy kit down to an infant size. We've only ever done that in training.
There's no time to think, it's just do. I knew that I had to get breaths back into that baby. All those rescues that I've done, nearly 6,000 rescues, over 70 resuscitations on these beaches of people that have been clinically dead. It comes down to this one moment. After the third breath of breathing that baby up, I started to see the rise and fall of the baby's chest. Oh my God, this is working, this is effective what I'm doing. Giving these rescue breaths to the baby, but it's not out of the woods, it still had a massive trauma.
2 critical minutes of care has brought the baby back to life when the paramedics arrive. Paramedics now need to get a cannula into the baby.
They needed to get a line into this baby, and one way they can get straight line is actually going through using a drill and going into the bone marrow, into the shin, and so they can get administered drugs in there straight away. And watching all the paramedics, seeing how calm and the wealth of knowledge they have is incredible.
The baby still needs assistance to breathe. Lifeguards and paramedics hope for more signs of improvement.
The worst thing about with a baby is you want to hear them cry. You know, it's actually concerning when there's no noise. We still didn't have that baby responding at that stage.
After around the 8th, 9th breath, I hear the baby cry. To hear this baby scream was just the greatest moment ever.
It was a miracle, really. It was a New Year's Day miracle, you know, and far out. Yeah, that's 10 New Year's Days down here, but I tell you what, that's one I'll never forget.
To see the look on Harrison's face and to see the look on Beardy's face, this was real, this was raw, this is rare. It doesn't matter if you're a battle-hardened soldier. It's going to affect you. You've got to bring out your A game. It's going to test you to your core. And there's so much going through my mind. Of course, like my 2 boys, like my world. And then there's a lot more that affects me. That I lost my father like 6 months ago. All of a sudden, like, I've got this baby, I've lost someone that's elderly, and I've got this baby in front of me. And I'm thinking, I've lost my father, but here's my chance to have an infant, to give this child a new life. Everything was that moment.
But the baby may not be out of danger yet. A special casualty access team, known as SCAT, arrives to help assess any head trauma.
And incredible seeing that chopper come in and just landed straight away on the golf course. On the toll chopper as well, they've actually got a doctor. All hands are on deck for this incident.
Intensive care paramedics hand it over to the SCAT team and they treat the baby.
They loaded the little boy straight in to get him straight to the kids' hospital.
Must be Lara. Is that right?
Today, Hoppo is hosting a very special guest.
Welcome to Bondi.
9-year-old Lara has travelled from Queensland with her parents Tanya and David, as well as brother Uri. Her dream is to become a lifeguard for the day.
So how about we go and meet some of the guys in the tower? Do you think that'd be fun? Yeah?
Since 2017, Lara has been battling leukemia.
Childhood cancer happens at absolute warp speed. There's a lot of really confronting surgeries, there's a lot of really confronting procedures that hurt, and she would just talk through it.
Oh, that's good.
She managed her emotions really well.
Come in and meet the guys. This is Lara. She knows more about here than we do.
During more than 800 days of cancer treatment, Lara often watched episodes of Bondi Rescue, dreaming that she might one day meet her heroes in real life.
Hey guys, how are you? How's it? Welcome. Does this look pretty familiar? Yes. Yeah, a wee bit.
Today, Lara's dream of being a lifeguard for the day is coming true.
I've got a little shirt for you.
First, a series of tests.
You know where backpackers rippers?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
But it seems Lara knows a lot more than the lifeguards expected.
Do you know where Flat Rock is?
Yeah.
Just out here. Wow. You could get a job here, definitely. No more than some of the boys that work at home.
She passed the binocular test. Now, Lara is ready to put on the blue shirt and do a patrol.
Since you're a lifeguard now, you've got to do some lifeguard jobs around the beach.
Lara's next skill is mastering the megaphone.
Attention swimmers, please move over to the flag.
Finally, the most important test, spotting a rip.
This is deep water, deep froth going back out. So all this water's coming in, it needs to go back out to sea. That's why a lot of people get in trouble, eh? Because it looks pretty safe. So it's really big, the boys, everyone gets out there on the rescue boards and tries to crack big waves off there. It just breaks off the point. But it's too big to bring a patient in. Sometimes we've got to paddle out this little boat ramp just off the side there, and we go up and bring the patient on the boat ramp. Well, luckily no one got into trouble, so you didn't have to get wet.
If early signs are any indication, Lara may actually become a professional lifeguard one day.
Anyone did get into trouble, I would leave the woods straight away.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a legend.
It's been the ultimate Bondi experience for Lara, but perhaps the biggest impact of all has been on the lifeguards.
Let me shake your hand. You're an amazing person. Hey, you might think we're brave because of the job we do, but you're one of the bravest people I've ever met. You're amazing.
You know, people think we're brave going out rescuing people, but, you know, these young kids dealing with cancer, it's, you know, that's another level again of being brave. And I think they're, you know, going through all the chemo and the treatments that they've got to go through. It must be so traumatic, and wanting to get outside, as every kid does, and you're sort of stuck inside. You know, I think that's what brave is.
I knew he was going to be hypoxic when he woke up. It's lack of oxygen to the brain, and I knew all hell was going to break loose.
Help! Help me!
It was a really steamy hot day. You just know, hot day, something's going to happen. So I headed down to the northern end of the beach, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a guy fitting, and he's literally, I seen him falling. Yeah, guys, come down north. I've got the homeless bloke. He's having a fit down here. Ready to go. Yeah. I knew it was going to be really difficult. I had to get back up. Just remember that thought of, oh, no.
Mick, the jogger notorious for his white Speedos, is having a seizure at the north end.
He's still breathing, but he's unconscious.
Yeah, copy, mate. So I'm getting an ambo.
Harries is already there. Luke's gone down as well, and Jesse's there. We're lucky. We've got an ambulance parked across the road out the front of Bondi Surf Club. So we're going to try and see if we can get those guys to attend. I saw them there earlier having a coffee, and then, yeah, we're really lucky because they're attending. They're right here.
Hey, guys. Hello, buddy. How you feeling? It's the ambulance.
We got the paramedics down, and then it just pretty much snowballed from there.
So next we're going to get the spine board in behind him. Yeah, see how we go.
Mick, well known for avoiding human contact, is about to find himself surrounded by half a dozen people as soon as he regains consciousness.
We're just going to lift you up. Count of three. I knew he was going to be hypoxic when he woke up. It's lack of oxygen to the brain, and I knew all hell was going to break loose. And it did.
Mick is disoriented from hypoxia, a lack of oxygen to the brain.
I told you to stop it!
He needs to be examined by doctors. Lifeguards restrain Mick, while paramedics administer a sedative.
It must have been pretty hard for Mick because we had him strapped to the spinal board. Even with 5 lifeguards and 2 AMBO officers, we were struggling to keep him down.
We're trying to help you.
Help, please!
Promise we're trying to help you, mate.
Please.
It's extremely upsetting to see someone like Mick in pain, and I felt like we were inflicting the pain to a degree.
Eventually, Mick is sedated and can be transported to the ambulance for further medical care.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
No, we do a lot of rescues with people you don't know, and You know, Mick's a character that we see every day.
Lifeguarding is emotionally taxing. Even more so when the lifeguards are dealing with someone they know.
I need to sit down. Need to get me breath back. It's very physical and it's emotional too, you know, so I'm a wreck. Like, and you don't get it out of me much, but that was full on.
I don't really know Mick personally. I only know him from seeing him run the beach every day, and yeah, emotionally it does affect you a bit more than normal.
It's got to me for sure. You know, it's just something that we've got to deal with down here, you know. We've just got to get through the rest of the day now. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, so fingers crossed nothing else happens.
Look who's here!
Mick, the reclusive jogger who collapsed on the beach, has come to thank the lifeguards.
You're good? Nothing there, nothing there. Blood tests okay, x-rays okay.
Mate, I'm just stoked that you're all right. I was a bit worried about you.
How do you feel now? Are you tired?
A little
bit groggy?
I feel like going for another run.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Do us all a favour and don't do that.
I honestly didn't think Mick could speak like that. It was very bizarre how much he was onto it and knew what was going on, and yeah, it was very weird.
I was diagnosed with temporal lobe epilepsy about 30 years ago, but I've had a few tests since that time, and they say there's nothing there.
He was really talkative and really coherent and really sharp. That's the most we've ever heard Mick talk to us.
Yeah, all right, well, I'll get out of here. I'll go up there now.
All right, cheers, Mick. I hope you're all right.
Thanks for everything. You will be rewarded.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you.
How cute was that?
It's really nice to see that he'd come back not only to say hello and thanks for treating him, but just to see that he was in a good place and he was well.
That's the first I've ever heard him talk. Like,
Yeah, I've had a few live conversations with him, but I didn't know that he could speak like that. That's a spin out.
For the moment, it's their turn to enjoy Bondi Beach.
Boys radioed us from Brunning, told us there was a pot of dolphins on the way. So they're coming out to investigate. Look at them jumping out.
Oh, they're awesome, eh? Absolutely awesome.
And hundreds of them. Oh my God! Oh, look! Oh, mate. It's kind of freaky.